Ladies and gentlemen, this past weekend, it was Saturday, I received a brand new bed. Here it is right here. Ignore the stuff on top of it, but there's my new bed. Higher up elevated, comfy, Tempur-Pedic, well, aka Bobo-Pedic, as it said on the box, because it was from Bob's Discount Furniture. Let me tell you something. When I watch Raw and SmackDown, usually it's from my living room. If I would have been sitting on this comfy and cozy new bed that I have gladly slept so well on the first couple nights I've had it, peacefully, the best sleep I've had since I had to get rid of my old bed due to, some issues that it was having, I would have gracefully fell asleep and never woke up during this episode of Raw. Woken up just to realize I missed nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. But to me, what felt like a show we're 3 weeks away from WrestleMania. 3 more episodes of Raw. Tonight, next week, and the following week, and then it's WrestleMania. And I felt this show had absolutely nothing. For the most part, I say 95% of the show, nothing got me any hype at all for WrestleMania. I, honest to God, felt like, guys, I watched a 3-hour episode of WWE Main Event. And I've only watched one episode of Main Event on WWE. It was on the WWE Network one time. I just turned it on just to watch it. I just wanted to see what one episode of Main Event was like. And I'm like, yeah, this is stupid. This is pointless. Why did they even have this? Like, why did they even waste their time with recording this and editing this? I'm done. So much stuff happened on the show tonight that was just so pointless, did nothing for WrestleMania, and in fact, we had one of the biggest letdown announcements I've ever experienced so far in my wrestling, fan years, if you want to put it that way. Just a bad show that did nothing to get me hyped at all for Mania. If anything, it only got me hyped. Got me not hyped. It just announced the match that I almost thought you'd be taking my bathroom or concession stand break for, and it's unfortunately to end a legend's career. That I will, of course, be ranting at the most. Other than that, most of the show, I'm going to be breezing right through this. Because almost all the stuff that happened, there's nothing to talk about. Nothing. So don't expect this to be too long of a review. And then again, I say that, and it still ends up being a long review. But we'll see how this goes. Live chat. We got Lauren. Hey, Lauren. Raw was shit again. For sure it was. Let's see, though, what we got. Let's talk about the show. Again, I'm going to be breezing through this for the most part. Only a few of the stuff I'm going to be talking about in depth. Everything else will be like, this happened, and this happened. Oh, God, this happened. We get to that big announcement that was just a fat-ass letdown. But let's get to the show. We open up with the Beast himself, Brock Lesnar, coming out. Probably the first time we've seen him since the night after the Royal Rumble when he hit Seth Rollins with those 6 F5s. Once again, I love you, Brock Lesnar. I always show up for work 6 times a year, get paid millions of dollars just to stand there. So Paul Heyman gets a microphone, and people are chanting for Seth Rollins and to slay the Beast. Brock holds up the title, of course, and then Paul does his introduction and says that Seth is the one who made Lesnar show up. He calls Rollins a revisionist and Heyman-level propagandist and a fool. He asks the crowd as if their opinion means anything, whether AJ beat Brock. No, and he did not. Neither did Daniel Bryan or Finn Balor. No, but Seth comes out here calling Brock out, and tonight, 20 days from fighting the fight of his life, Rollins wants to fight known career killer Drew McIntyre. McIntyre then comes out. He says it's refreshing to finally get the respect he's earned and berates the crowd for not being totally silent when he speaks. Which Chicago, once again, despite the fact that this was a very awful show, the crowd was still into it for the most part. But of course, it's Chicago. They're always a great crowd. But he couldn't put on a good show at all for him tonight. Was it sabotage again because someone's from Chicago. CM Punk. Sorry, it's been 5 years. Anyways, so McIntyre talked about how he brutalized Roman Reigns and then Dean Ambrose last week. And when Seth came to try and save his brother, he tells Brock to get Paul to find a new opponent at Mania because after tonight, Rollins is not going to make it to WrestleMania. And out from behind comes Seth Rollins with a chair. He hit McIntyre with several chair shots, and as he stares down Brock Lesnar, he gets into the ring. Then Brock had this look in his eyes, whatnot. Brock just backs off and just walks away. But then Paul reminds him he's not getting. Paul Heyman flat out tells Brock Lesnar, "You're not getting paid for this," and he simply holds the title high instead. So, all right, so we had that segment just hype up this match WrestleMania. Okay, one of the better parts of the show, and that's saying much. We did get a recap of Bobby Lashley winning the IC title, and then we're announced that next we're going to get a tag team match. It's going to be Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush taking on Finn Balor and a partner of his choosing. Mystery opponent, right? Think, oh, could this be Sami Zayn making his return? Because that even though that god-awful feud that Sami Zayn and Bobby Lashley had last year for Money in the Bank, yes, but same time, think about it. Sami Zayn apparently was written off TV by Bobby Lashley in that match. And Sami Zayn could come back. Maybe see Bray Wyatt or Luke Harper or someone who's been due to come back. Maybe EC3 is going to get a spot in this match, or Aleister Black. I don't know. Somebody. And then before the commercial break, before the first of a million commercial breaks, Michael Cole says, "I think I know what this is. This is going to be a monstrous match." Because we all know what happened 2 weeks ago. Braun Strowman, just rammed, Lio Rush over in that pointless six-man tag match. We've seen how many times with the boring trio of McIntyre, Corbin, and Lashley taking on the other boring trio of Lio Rush, Braun Strowman, and Kurt Angle. And so I'm like, it's probably going to be Braun. It's going to be Braun. So then, Lio comes out and just trashes Finn, and Finn just says, I'm going to have I forgot what he said, but when he said it, like, it's Braun. Why have a superstar who is active on the roster, who was just there last week, come out in a pointless tag match? This match did nothing. The only thing we got out of this match was Braun Strowman ragdolling Lio Rush. That's all what happened. Braun Strowman just ragdolled Lio Rush this whole match. And then Bobby Lashley randomly just walks away from the match and just leaves Lio Rush to be beat down by Braun Strowman after he had just taken out Finn. I guess, I don't know, but made no sense. And first off, maybe this is for Braun Strowman to at least get into the IC title picture as well. All right, not the greatest, but I can accept that. No, because later on in the night, he announces that he's entering the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. So what was the point of this tag match? It did not get Finn back into the IC title picture. It did not get Braun Strowman into the IC title picture either. And why the heck did Bobby Lashley walk away from Lio Rush? Once again, a pointless match that led to absolutely nothing for nobody. We have no number one contender for the IC title. We have no direction for Finn Balor, no direction for Braun Strowman, and then the Andre the Giant Royal Battle Royal, and the stupid freaking Saturday Night Live guys. What was the point? So that's the first of many pointless matches, of course. Backstage, though, we see Ronda Rousey walking in with her husband, Travis Brown. And Reverend John Cone greets her and her husband with tones of security, informing her that she's being fined for being late. She's like, yeah, whatever. I'm like, okay. So once again, Ronda's not caring at all. Of course, get to Ronda a little bit. And then we get Alexa Bliss coming out for a moment of bliss, which every time she comes out, I'm just like, hold my breath. No Nia. Please, no Nia. Please, no Nia. Of course, that's not exactly when it happened, of course. But we got a moment of bliss where she basically interviewed Elias, and Elias saying that he's going to be the main musical performance at WrestleMania, which, again, would be nice if it could be a musical segment with him and The Rock, which, it happens. And then they're talking about, again, interruptions, how, we won't get interrupted. And then out comes the freaking conga line. And who else would happen to be in the conga line but Heavy Machinery? This just led to, No Way Jose being dressed up as, I don't know what the heck he was dressed up as. And that green hair is just ugly. He attacks Elias. So we get a random match with Elias and No Way Jose, and Elias just beats him. This is 3 weeks before WrestleMania, and you literally are filling up like 15 minutes of your show with a match with Elias and No Way Jose. 3 weeks of WrestleMania, and we're having a feud with Elias and No Way Jose. No Way Jose, that's got nothing. It has nothing at all. Nothing at all for me. I got nothing. I got nothing of this. I don't know what to say about this. It was stupid. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Here's the worst part of this show for me. This is just a huge letdown. Kurt Angle comes out, and he says he's on the Kurt Angle farewell tour. And, you know, he thanks the Chicago crowd and whatnot. And he announced, of course, in 20 days at WrestleMania, he'll be competing in his final match. And you know what? Again, when he announced this, I'm like, fine. You know, again, I love you, Kurt, but I'm sorry. You're just not in the best shape anymore. Like, you're kind of boring me in the ring right now. No offense. But, you know, if you want to have one more match at WrestleMania for your retirement, fine. I respect that. And think about this. Go back to like what Kurt was saying, you know, about what he wanted to do for his Hall of Fame speech. He wanted to bring people back. He wanted to bring memories back, you know, entertain the crowd and whatnot. All that. You think he would want to do the same thing for his retirement match? Say against like, you know, a John Cena. Or maybe, you know, if Jason Jordan was healthy, wrestle him at WrestleMania. Or even, you know, some other guy who felt deserved, like, you know, that big WrestleMania moment with him. Instead, and I'm sitting there, and I had the bad feeling. I had this bad feeling for a whole week now of who it was going to be. And I was right. Kurt Angle says the best way for him to go out is to get the person who was general manager, has given him hell since, you know, he took over my job being general manager, and getting them to tap out at WrestleMania. That would be the best way I could go out. What? You are wasting your retirement match. You're not bring back any nostalgia. It's not Cena. It's not, I don't know, Samoa Joe, for crying out loud. You could have picked Samoa Joe, or I don't know, maybe Drew McIntyre's a match now. I mean, I wouldn't mind him facing McIntyre, or like someone who feels like it would feel special. Baron Corbin and Kurt Angle is not a special match at all. It's something that is not even WrestleMania worthy. It should not be happening on Raw. I mean, it should not be happening at WrestleMania. If they wanted to have him get his comeuppance on Corbin on Raw, then fine. He could have done that. But have something like, you know, more meaningful, something to celebrate the career of Kurt Angle. We're only, you know, acknowledging the previous year of Kurt Angle when Baron Corbin, out of the blue, who, you know, was on a roll on SmackDown, and then boom, John Cena cuts off all his momentum, and then, you know, he doesn't have the credentials to back it up. He gets thrown into this constable general manager role that he should have killed, but he sucked. And that is how we're going to celebrate the career of Kurt Angle, by getting him to tap out someone who's only giving him hell for 9 months? We're not going to celebrate some nostalgia act. Like, heck, if they want to do Undertaker Kurt Angle, cool. Undertaker Shawn Michaels, for crying out loud. Amazing. I don't even take Kurt Angle and make a Triple H or something. I don't know. Just somebody. But why are you wasting this on Baron Corbin? A guy who freaking can't act. I hate this man's hand movements, Mr. Oh, this is absolutely pathetic. Why are you doing this, Kurt? I will be the one to beat you at WrestleMania. It's so... He looks like a freaking robot. You can tell if he had a paper from the way he talks looks no different than he had an actual paper from his face. You are wasting a Legends final match against a guy that has no business being on WrestleMania whatsoever. What a disappointing letdown. Like, seriously, I may go to the bathroom or grab something to eat at the concessions, get some concessions or something like that during this match at WrestleMania, because it's just going to be a waste. I'm not wasting my brain cells watching this. he wants to, have another match. He has a match with with Chad Gable, which I thought was a solid match for the most part. Eventually, and there was one in the match where Chad went to, hit the ankle lock, the ankle lock on Angle, but he didn't get it, and then Angle rolled over and eventually got Gable to tap afterwards, show of respect. And out comes Corbin criticizing the crowd for booing Angle's opponent at WrestleMania, and how he enjoyed laughing and humiliating Curtis GM, but it's not going to be good as humiliating him in his last match at WrestleMania, because it's damn true, and I'm not looking forward. Oh gosh, it was just terrible. It was just such a letdown. It's like you're taking a legend's career and having it end by facing just some guy. Still makes me mad. It still makes me mad. I even said months ago, a Kurt Angle Baron Corbin match is nothing pay-per-view worthy to me. I said that for months. Ever since probably the build for Survivor Series, I thought we were going to get Team Angle and Team Corbin. Nope, we're getting the match at WrestleMania, because we have 17 matches in 8 hours to fill. Again, I will not be at that pre-show. I will not be there. Hey, if they put this match on the pre-show, awesome, because quite frankly, I do not care about this match at all. I'm sorry, Kurt. I love you, man, but I'm pretty sure Kurt Angle, the person, not Kurt Angle, the character, Kurt Angle, the person, does not want to go out with this match. And then what made me so angry is later in the show, Michael Cole flat out said that the audience on social media is not happy about this. Why would you admit that your audience outside your kayfabe world is not happy about something, yet you're still going through with it? It's exactly, whenever in the 2015 Royal Rumble, when Daniel Bryan got eliminated so early and he said, "I know it hurts." Why would you say something that, obviously showing that the crowd's upset, but you're basically saying, deal with it? Just a bad image. Just a bad image, definitely, for WWE. Just like, if you're trying to, expose your product, expose your product for, what it is or something like that. There's sometimes, going that way is fine, but you can't go way too far. But again, you are wasting the end of a legend's career on a nobody. I can't believe you, WWE. So then that happens. And then backstage, Corbin's talking to Revival about hilarious about what just happened, which again, he says, "Oh, what happened was hilarious." He sounds pathetic. It's scripted shit. And then Apollo Crews rolls up and demands a match against him. And Corbin keeps trying to spin it around into some kind of an angle joke, and Crews keeps pressing it's a yes or no. Well, yes or no? Well, yes or no? Finally says, "Yes, I'll face you tonight. Give it to me, give it to me, give me what I want." I don't want one of those freaking segments. So, and then he's like, and Paul says nobody likes him, and Corbin's like, "Nah, these guys like you, like me," and the rival were like, "Nah, we don't." And it's everything too. The tag champs weren't even on the main show tonight, but they were on a main event match, and they lost to They were in a match. It was them and the Ascension teaming up against Titus O'Neil and the Lucha House Party, and they lost. Once again, your tag team division on Raw is shit, WWE. It's shit. That's why you should be merging that division, but you're not. We didn't have... This was decent. We have Sasha... Well, up until someone showed up. Sasha and Bayley are interviewed in the ring saying how, they'll be out on SmackDown tomorrow because the Iconics have been calling them out at WrestleMania, but then they get cut off by Beth Phoenix and Natalya. They get in the ring, and then Beth talks about how they respect what they've done to make the tag titles happen, how they bring respect to the titles every week. Her and Eddie would have loved the opportunity back when, Beth was full-time and she was content with the role on commentary. She was until she saw what Nia and Tamina tried to set them all back with their jealousy and pettiness. But Nia and Tamina did something else too. Awoke the dragon. Got Beth thinking that maybe her reality can still come true. She's accomplished so much, but except for one thing. They won to take on all comers anytime, any place, anywhere. So she wants to unretire, stand beside Natalya, and challenge them for the titles at WrestleMania. Bayley says to be a huge honor, but would you want to have a little more time to prepare? I mean, you've been retired for 6 years. With all due respect, the competition around here has evolved. And, think this, you know what? Natty and Beth are from, a different generation. They were kind of limited to their competition and whatnot, but you know what? There's still some of the better athletes come out of the generation they were in. So, I can kind of, I was okay with, Bayley kind of, taking that shot at them. Because if a face-on-face feud, you got to have, something happen. Something, type of heat between them. But Natty says, with all due respect, this is Beth Phoenix, a Glamazon, a Hall of Famer, and it was in this very arena that Beth won the Women's Championship. You think she's afraid to fight someone like Bayley? Banks then asks Natty, who do you think she's talking to? They live and bleed for this business. They know who Beth is, the woman whose coattails Natty is always riding along just so she can have a match at WrestleMania. And then her and Natty start the brawl. Beth and Bayley break it up, and they stare each other down, and then Beth just shoves Bayley away. And then we have a match with Natalya and Sasha Banks that gets rudely interrupted by who else? Nia Jax. Oh, Beth, you're just jealous because, you're not getting all the recognition that I am, because I've done more than 3 years than you ever did. I've done more than 3 years than you ever did. What have you done in 3 years besides get a title opportunity, all because you were getting bullied? I was bullied how many times? Did I get rewarded with a title opportunity? No. Did I get rewarded with an award? No. You've done nothing in 3 years. Beth Phoenix is a freaking Hall of Famer, multiple-time Women's and Divas champion. Entered the Royal Rumble match, the Men's Royal Rumble match, long before you ever did, Nia. And at least you didn't get beat up by so many men. But she's also like, oh, I'm prettier and stronger than the Glamazon. And Tamina attacks from behind and then just all out brawl. See you at WrestleMania. So once again, title opportunity is supposed to be earned, right? For what I got out of this segment, the match at Mania should only be Sasha, Bayley against Beth and Natty. No, all of a sudden, Nia and Tamina are getting a chance too. Why? How did they earn it? They lost, and they beat them up afterwards as being sore losers. So being a sore loser now earns the opportunities. Once again, WWE, I did a rant last year on earning opportunities for titles and how much you're inconsistent with it, and it drives me crazy. And you're taking away, automatic rematch clauses. So if these two get an opportunity, why is that the case? Why is that the case? I still feel this is going to turn into on a serious note, I feel this is still going to turn into a fatal four-way, though, because the Iconics calling out. That's why you got someone from Raw, a Legend, and SmackDown. It'd be nice if you had to get in the Sky Pirates, but it's probably not going to happen. But probably a fatal four-way, as I'm saying, but see WrestleMania. Nia, just shut up and go away. You suck, and I'm sorry. You've driven me off the cliff. Well, no, you've driven me over the line where the fact that I just don't want you on my TV anymore. I'm prettier and stronger than the Glamazon. I've done more than 3 years than you ever did. Give me a break. And oh boy, I was saying to myself the other day, for 2 weeks in a row we had these segments, and then it just dropped off the face of the earth and never happened again. Until tonight, Mojo Rawley was yelling at himself in the mirror again about how he despises the word potential, asking what good is it if you don't do anything with it. Yeah, you're sitting on your butt just yelling at yourself in the mirrors for how many weeks now? Who cares about you now? Even though, again, I kept saying I thought Mojo had good promo skills, but yeah, he's done nothing. But now we have Ricochet in a singles match with Jinder Mahal. Ricochet wins, showed off some good stuff in there. I'll take it more so because I'm like, okay, at least main roster's not sticking to just, Aleister and Ricochet being in tag team matches every single week. So singles match Ricochet, fine me. Ricochet wins, nothing else to really say there. Then, of course, well, first off, we were announced that this year's Warrior Award is going to be longtime WWE writer Sue Atchison. And then we have Seth Rollins being interviewed backstage saying, he says it really simple. You hurt his brothers, you better be prepared to get hurt. And if he's got to wear Drew McIntyre out with a steel chair, so be it. Tonight's for Dean and Roman and kind of for Brock too. Rollins hopes that Brock is watching because he's not going to be pushed around and he's not afraid to fight fire with fire, which Lesnar will find out when he burns Suplex City straight to the ground. Dana Brooks being interviewed saying that she's Dana Brooks' Road to WrestleMania where dreams become reality and she's the underdog and makes history. She's not naive. She may not be better than Ronda, but all she has to do is be better than her for 3 seconds to become Raw Women's Champion. Once again, not convincing me at all because Ronda and Dana went out there. Match started. Ronda does this vicious kick to the face and right to an armbar, and it was over just like that. Afterwards, of course, Ronda refuses to let go of the armbar. Referees try to get her off, but she shoves referees away. And then she even heads out to the floor, goes to her husband, and tries to share a kiss with him. But security tries to break it up, and Ronda texts him, and then her husband texts him too. So playing into the storyline, how Ronda's kind of like, again, like I said before, I don't like it whenever WWE kind of exposes their business in some ways, but in this case, it kind of works because this is someone coming from, a different sport, mixed martial arts, trying to, expose this business and say that, I can do this job so much better than any of these these women such as Becky or Charlotte can do it. And you know what? Getting her husband involved in it, honestly, I'm cool with it. I am cool with it. And then with Ronda, of course, keep doing this. It probably is going to be a match where Ronda has to retain the championship at Mania or else she's fired or something like that. Or she'll be let go or something along those lines. But again, this is going to set up for the 4 horsemen match. So you know what? I was cool with this. I was fine with that. We had that happen. Then we have Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin. Once again, I did not care. And Apollo Crews, though, wins. What's it going to do for him? I don't know. Should have Corbin gotten this win to give him momentum going into his match with Angle? Who knows? And who cares? So that happens. And then, of course, Corbin's throwing a fin, and Angle celebrates the Crews on the stage. We then have a recap of what happened last week with Triple H Batista. Give it to me! Give it to me! Give me what I want! 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 Okay, watch the Lex Man's mashup for a parody of Spice Girls to that he made. Of course, it's freaking epic. Much more entertaining than I'll sit through that for 3 hours, then 3 hours of this episode of Raw. But this wasn't too bad though. Batista was being interviewed, and he says he just doesn't like Triple H. Ever since he left, all he wanted to do is come back and have one last match, which is with him. It goes back way further than Evolution. He keeps hearing that he owes his career to Hunter. But way before Evolution, all Triple H ever did was groom him to be his muscle. And that's all Triple H does. He used people to protect him and make him look good. And that's exactly what he did to him, which, hindsight being 2020, that is true. He used him, and he blames Triple H for him leaving back in 2010. He takes issue with it being phrased as he quit because he's got Hunter jealous and insecure, and he knows he can't beat him, so he won't get his fair opportunity. So yeah, he left because of him, but look at what he's accomplished since then. He runs down, everything he's accomplished. He's done that under his control and not Triple H's. He's the man in the match he deserves, and he's getting it. He takes offense to Michael Cole trying to defend Triple H and says that's what he does. That's why he calls himself the cerebral assassin. Triple H is the most insecure, jealous control freak he's ever met. And that's the real Triple H. One day, hopefully soon, Vince is going to wake up and fire Hunter, and at WrestleMania, he's going to end Triple H's in-ring career. Interview over. Get out of my office. Well, only exception is, you can end it. If you want to end Triple H's in-ring career, Triple H can still go, but it won't kill me to not have Triple H in the ring every WrestleMania, but don't take him out of creative. Batista, don't take him out of creative. Trust me, this man is going to make this business better once he's sitting in for creative. But something said about Triple H as a character, again, it's true. Back in the day, Triple H just, used other people, just to, get what he wants. Give it to me, give it to me, give me what I want. So that's what he did. And he spoke some truth there. So we got that. Then we get a recap of Braun destroying the card you got last week, saying that, if they show up at WrestleMania, they're going to get these hands. He has to announce his entrance to Andre the Giant, which is stupid because, once again, it's giving Braun nothing but another consolation prize at WrestleMania, and it's going to mean absolutely nothing to him in the long run. Alexa Bliss tries to control him, and she says next week she's going to make it right next week. So when she said that, I'm thinking, oh, gosh. Again, Alexa Bliss can be great on the microphone, but I just have a bad feeling. Saturday Night Live, guys, Braun Strowman. It makes me think Alexa Bliss, This Is Your Life, Bailey, or last year, the Bobby's Sister segment. Oh, gosh, I'm definitely worried to see what's going to happen next week, because this whole storyline of Braun Strowman and these Saturday Night Live guys are just making me want to just bang my head off the wall, like, why the fuck is this happening? We're basing a WrestleMania around among the Monster Among Men and two jokesters. That's why. And sorry I haven't checked the live chat, but there's just been nothing really going on here, and I'm just going to go through this quickly and then check the live chat. Just nothing to talk about here. But before we had our main event, Drew McIntyre came out and said how actions speak so much louder than words, which can be true, and shows what happened to Roman Reigns last week and Dean Ambrose. Says everyone rejoiced that the big dog came back, but at Fastlane, he could tell he wasn't the same man and rely on his Shield brothers to do the heavy lifting. And as the Shield's no more, Seth Rollins attacked him from behind like a coward. And why? Because he's just like all of us, deluded and lives in a fantasy world of heroes. And that's why he pulled the curtain back and revealed the truth. And this is his yard now. But now he doesn't want to talk to Roman Reigns. He wants to talk to Joe the Man now, because that's who he said he was when he announced he's leaving for leukemia, right? Well, Roman Reigns is home tonight, sitting on his couch because of him. And if he wants to be a hero and inspiration so bad, Drew has a challenge. He challenges him to a fight at WrestleMania. He knows the answer, so but he knows that Roman needs to take a moment, look at his wife and children, and say no, because, he wants to show he gives a damn more about them than himself getting hurt. What he did to the Shield guys this week will be nothing compared to WrestleMania. Roman can beat leukemia, but he'll never beat McIntyre on the grandest stage of them all. Which I hope happens, but may not happen. But hopefully it's still a good match. But Seth is backstage on a Titantron saying that right there is why he did what he did earlier tonight. The share touch for his brothers, but this is for him. He comes out, they start brawling, on the ramp. Cut the commercial break as always. Then the match gets underway, and then again, these two always have good matches. They're spread out here and there. Eventually, they gotta have a universal title match again. I keep pitching the idea for Rollins wins the championship at Mania. He keeps it till SummerSlam, and he drops it to McIntyre at SummerSlam. Some brutal, good back and forth action. Of course, there was a point where they were both going to get counted out. But then they both, got back into the ring. And then Seth took out Drew with the clothesline over the ring. Then he does a couple suicide dives. But then he was suicide dive, caught into a belly suplex to the barricade. McIntyre did go for a kick, but then referee John Cone stopped them. And that's when the Rollins super kicked him down. And then they go both back in at a count of 9. There was a Falcon Arrow, though, towards the end that also McIntyre away, but then when Rollins was setting up for the blackout, Brock Lesnar came out, distracted Seth, and then turned around and got hit with a Claymore, and McIntyre wins, get more momentum. So I guess he's still going for that goal of, beating all the Shield members one-on-one. So he's supposed to beat, he's beating down Roman, in a pre-match brawl, but he didn't beat him down in the match. So kind of still hope that McIntyre would get the win over Roman. But I have a bad feeling he's not going to get that win over Roman at WrestleMania. But that's how we end the show. Guys, I have nothing to say. This show was a waste of time. It was garbage. We got hyped for maybe a women's tag match, which could be good, except for the fact that Nia Jax and Tamina are in the match. And everything else felt was just pointless. And again, especially that Kurt Angle and Baron Corbin announcement. Oh my gosh. Check the polls, check the live chat. What grade would you give Raw? 7 votes. 14% said A, 29% said B, 14% said C, 43% said D or lower. I give this show a D+. D+. Let's see what we got here. We've got a few people in the live chat. Go back to the beginning. Where the best part was Batista's promo and Seth tagging everybody for sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to happen with the women's title match, which, okay, whatever. Raw needs to start building up feuds like for real, and SmackDown is going just fine. Exactly. Once again, how has Vince improved both these shows if one sucks and one's actually putting on some good stuff? Leo versus Strowman at Mania and Lash versus Finn at Mania should have been announced. They're not doing Leo and Strowman at Mania. They're because Strowman's and Andre the Giant. But yeah, I really can't neither. What's with Mojo Rawley's character? I don't even know. Isn't Alexa cleared? I guess I don't know if she is or not, or just because they don't really have anything for her to do right now. They're just having her take it easy. I don't know. Why just get Rock versus Elias? But Rock, he only shows up when he wants to. I don't know if Rock's gonna have a match with Elias, but at least it's like a segment with Elias. I'd say should at least happen at Mania because it could be entertaining. We got Virgil's Halo. What's up? The thing that pissed me off about Raw was Kurt announcing him and Corbin for sure. I respect Kurt, but he should have never returned to the ring. I mean, I'm already returned to the ring, but obviously, I like he's getting out at the right time. Like that's what he's getting out at the right time. I feel without feeling he's overstaying his welcome. But again, he should have put his retirement match should have felt more like a nostalgia act, in my opinion. Instead, he's getting his comeuppance on a guy who just gave him hell a couple months ago. Still stupid. Gable versus Kurt was decent, but instead Corbin came out for sure. Do you think Sasha and Bayley will turn heel soon? I have a little bit of a speculation. Maybe they could at Mania. I don't know if they will, but it's something I actually would not rule out if they would go with it. Would have loved to have seen Kurt versus Taker, which would have been fine. Corbin and Angle should be on the pre-show. At this point, yes. If Corbin wins against Angle, I'm done with WWE. It would be stupid to have Corbin beat him. The main event Mania at this point should be Orton and Styles. Orton Styles, or I honestly, again, like, first months ago, you could say I wanted the women's match, which for Becky Evermode, sure, but the way the stories worked out, I feel like I'm more feeling Kofi and Bryan being the main event for Kofi getting his WrestleMania moment. I feel like that should honestly go on last, even though they'll be at 1 o'clock in the morning now. I heard Styles signed a new contract. Corbin was definitely better on NXT and SmackDown for sure. Why just get Dean and Roman versus Drew and a part of his choice at Mania? I don't think we're getting that. I think we're just getting Roman and Drew. So is Gable heel or not? Nah, he's not heel. Gable's face, yes, was on Elite Squad. WWE should just release Rude as well. Hate to say it, but I think the heel turn at this point won't say Bobby Roode. So Roode goes to AEW. I feel like that'd be the better choice for his career. So I'm not all against that at all. He was alone for one night only to team. He will be back with Roode next week. Okay. Corbin's Angle should have happened at Survivor Series or just on Raw in general. Again, it's not a pay-per-view match. I have no interest at all, in my opinion. Wasn't Gable a heel last week? I don't think they ever fully turned them heel. They just had them at the middleman of that triple threat feud. Mark thinks he should have been facing John Cena, which I would have been fine with that. Cena Angle is what WWE Universe wants, but no, Vince doesn't listen. Cole was pissed when Kurt announced his match. And once again, I could not stand that Michael Cole flat out said that the W Universe is expressing their hatred towards that match on social media. Why would you say that if you're not going to do anything about it? Like if next week shows up and Kurt says, I know that you guys don't want that match, so I'll change my mind to this instead. Okay, cool, but you're not going to do that. I don't believe WWE to do that at all. This world was a weird place. Chicago was hating on Cena in 2012. Now they're chanting his name. Yeah, that's true also. Especially, of course, at WrestleMania 22, too, when it was in Chicago, they were booing him too like crazy. But now they're cheering for him again because they want him to be in Angle's match. Is it me or is Renee Young getting an attitude as a lay on commentary? Who knows? WWE became a weird at the end of 2015. I feel like in 2014. Happy that Lesnar finally got booed today. About time for sure. It looks like it will be Sasha and Bayley versus the Iconics versus Nia Tamina versus Beth and Natty, which I'm fine with that. Mike Kanellis' dream match is Orton, apparently. Interesting. I'm rooting for Beth and Natty, to be honest. Wow, Beth Phoenix. Beth and Natty win. I'll be okay with that. Instead, Nia and Tamina should be Lita and Trish. Yes, that'd be awesome. We're getting Drew versus Rowan at Mania. Why? Guess just to give them both something to do. I don't know. Which it could be a good match, but again, I'm worried you're not going to put Drew over. But I still think it could be a good match between them for sure. At least wants to see Angle versus Cena. It just makes perfect sense for sure. Nia claiming she's better than Beth. Bitch, you not for sure. Your rants are everything. I'll be your everything you want. Sorry, I just thought of that song using Inspector Gadget, Youngstown. Beth is one of my favorites. Love her. She's definitely awesome. What's up, Jalen? I heard that Chicago wanted Cena. You know, Raw was bad at that town once someone they despised for years. Exactly. I'm angry Nia and Tamina are getting another opportunity. Once again, how do they earn it? Apparently opportunities need to be earned, but nope, this one's not getting earned at all. Let's see here. On SmackDown, Vince makes them earn the title matches, but not on Raw. Why? Who knows? I don't like Nia's character, but she's a sweet person in real life. Her character needs to go back to NXT. Fair enough, deal there. I agree. Ryder and Hawkins need to be released instead of Gallows and Anderson, to be honest. Another stupid decision on WWE's part. Yeah, who knows what's going on with any of them. Broken Mojo? Who knows? Release Jinder? Yes. Where is Bray? Don't know. I feel if Bray Wyatt is not back by the Raw to WrestleMania at least, or the SmackDown WrestleMania, or at least a shakeup, he should just leave. Because I don't know why you kept him off TV this long. Matt Hardy is back, and Bray Wyatt's not back yet. Like, I thought the reason why Bray Wyatt went off TV was because his tag team partner did, and they had nothing to do for him. They're going to repackage it, but it doesn't take 9 months to do that. Where's Jojo? I think Jojo is taking a break or something like that. Ambrose needs to have a great match if he is on his way out, you know. I agree, yeah. Unless the last week was meant to write him off, you know, then okay, I kind of accept the last week as a write-off match for him, but who knows. Another turn for Dana again. I am not doing a Dana Brooke turn alert. She's going to be a heel face this week. Next week, she'll be a heel again. Or whenever she shows up again. She's a jobber in the women's division. That's all she is. Don't get me wrong. Ronda is a good heel, but WWE is pushing it a little too far, you know. True, but again, like I feel like, you know, with her character kind of, you know, feeling she can do this business much better than everyone else, and I kind of get it. But yeah, they have to be careful though. Again, I agree. They can't go too far this though, and like really, you know, expose the business in some ways. I feel. I still can't believe Jinder was champion either. It still makes me sick. That was sad what happened to Dana. Oh, she got squashed. I predicted new champs on in April, probably. Cruz, get rid of him. Again, I love Apollo Cruz, but called up way too early. That was his problem. Maybe better to go maybe better just to go get a refresh in AEW or something like that. Where he'll probably be treated better. Could you imagine Becky Lynch being Ronda's husband, which would be awesome? Batista, he's okay. I guess. She's got to walk her pups. She's back though. She gave Raw a D+, and Mark gave it a D. Guys, I'm sorry I kind of rushed through this, but again, this show is pointless. It felt like a 3-hour edition of Main Event to me. I didn't care. Nothing happened at all. Nothing segment for me. Again, the Roman and Drew match can be good. Again, the tag match feels just, you know, Boston Hug and Beth and Natty would be good, but we gotta get Nia Jax and Tamina in there, but who knows? But yeah, guys, that's it for this review. I'm gonna check out, guys. I'll probably get 3 more videos of Adam Project upload tonight, so just be on look out for that, guys. Subscribe or comment to the channel, slap like on the video, follow me on Twitter, Everybody3, and guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow night for hopefully a fun edition of SmackDown, which will be fun because we're getting Kofi Mania rolling here as Kofi Kingston participates in a gauntlet match tomorrow night. Hype us up for tomorrow. It'll be Kofi Kingston. The bars, Sheamus and Cesaro, Samoa Joe, and Randy Orton. Am I missing one? I feel like I'm missing one. I can't think of who it is though. But anyways, 5 or 6 people are going to be in this gauntlet match tomorrow, and I know it will be awesome, giving Kofi that great moment going to WrestleMania for him getting his WrestleMania moment. Cannot wait. That's it, guys. I'm Club 993. Subscribe, more content to my channel. Follow me on Twitter, everybody 3s, and stop liking this video also. And guys, I will see you guys all tomorrow for my SmackDown Live review. So until then, guys, have a great rest of your night, and peace out, everybody.